Clark is getting back on the golf course again this offseason, participating in the Annika golf outing. And she has a couple of caddies that are going to be taking the course alongside her in the form of Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull. Sophie and Lexie kind of called this shot, or especially Sophie did, back before when it was first announced that Caitlin was going to do this event.
Caitlin Clark is stepping back onto the green, and this time, she's not coming alone. The WNBA's biggest star is trading the hardwood for the fairway, joining the annual Anukika golf outing this offseason. But here's the twist. Her caddies aren't your average golf buddies. Nope. Standing right beside her will be none other than Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull, two Fierce Fever teammates turning the golf course into their next stage. Sophie, who jokingly called a shot months ago, is now making it a reality. What started as a light-hearted moment online has turned into one of the most talked-about crossovers in sports this fall.
You could get into the comments section, and you see there's Caitlin Clark with Nelly Korda, who, was impressed with Caitlin's poise on the golf course last year, even with the crowds, and said she got into women's basketball because of Caitlin. Sophie Cunningham says, Caitlin Clark, need a couple of caddies. Lexie Hull with the smiling face or whatever that is and some beer cheers. And Lexie Hull says, sign us up. And you thought that was the end of it, right? At least I did. I did not think we'd be revisiting that. Just felt like the cute little remnants of the Instagram comments section. But it is actually...
Scroll through the comments section, and you'll see where this all began. Caitlin Clark with golf legend Nelly Korda, who, by the way, admitted she started watching women's basketball because of Caitlin. Then Sophie Cunningham jumps in with her signature humor. Caitlin Clark needs a couple of caddies, she wrote. Lexie Hull added a cheeky emoji and a toast. It felt like just another playful Instagram moment. But nope, that little joke became real life. It's happening. The trio is actually teaming up, and fans are losing it. It's social media turning into reality, and everyone's here for it.
Also have the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, bringing Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham along for the ride as golf caddies at her golf tournament.
And now, it's official. Caitlin Clark, the GOAT herself, is bringing Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham along for the ride at her golf tournament. Three of Indiana's most recognizable faces stepping onto the course together. That's not just a game. That's a headline. The chemistry, the confidence, the star power. It's like watching the Fever family take over a whole new arena. Caitlin's leadership follows her everywhere she goes, even onto the golf course.
Taking her talents to the golf course, where she will join Clark for the Annika Pro-Am tournament next week. Unlike Clark, however, Cunningham will not play in the tournament. She and Fever teammate Lexie Hull have committed to be Clark's guest.
Sophie Cunningham may not be swinging the clubs this time, but make no mistake, her presence will be felt. Alongside Lexie Hull, she'll be right by Caitlin's side as her caddy, turning what could have been a quiet off-season event into a full-on spectacle. It's a mix of sports, style, and star energy, exactly what fans crave. From courtside dominance to golf course glam, the Fever trio is proving that charisma doesn't stay in one sport. They are taking the WNBA spirit wherever they go. And this time, the fairway belongs to Caitlin, Sophie, and Lexie.
Clark has opened up the opportunity for both Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull to be a part of this huge non-basketball event. So again, when you talk about Caitlin Clark opening things up for other people, it's not just on the basketball court. That is the kind of...
Gamebridge, the company tied to Indiana's franchises and the Fever organization, recently announced that Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull will be caddying for Caitlin Clark at an upcoming celebrity golf event on November 12th, alongside golfer Nelly Korda and Lauren Yen. Under normal circumstances, this should have been a big story, a fun, light-hearted off-season moment featuring the league's biggest star and her teammates. A year ago, news like this would have exploded across social media, trended nationally, and sparked countless think pieces. But now, it's barely a blip. That silences everything about the WNBA current state, a league that went from unstoppable buzz to near invisibility in just a few months. After a season that started with record-breaking viewership, sold-out arenas, and a new wave of fans thanks to Caitlin Clark's arrival, the momentum has all but vanished. The off-season has been eerily quiet. No major trades, no strong narratives, and no real fan engagement, leaving casual fans with nothing to hold on to. Worse, the league's handling of Caitlin Clark during the season, constant criticism, negativity, and drama, burned out many new supporters who came simply to enjoy basketball but got dragged into pointless controversies. The WNBA turned what should have been a golden growth opportunity into a messy cultural battle, and now even harmless off-season stories like this struggle to gain traction. Sophie Cunningham's inclusion could have been framed as a positive, a sign of team chemistry or veteran leadership, but instead, it's being overanalyzed because there's no other news to discuss. The same goes for Lexie Hull, whose friendly presence adds warmth but little intrigue. The real issue isn't the event, it's the vacuum around it. The league has lost a narrative, and its social media silence only worsens speculation about players like Sophie, whose value and visibility seem oddly underplayed. A year ago, Caitlin Clark's every move was headline-worthy. Now, she's playing in a celebrity golf tournament, and barely anyone notices. That's a shocking drop-off for a player who once broke viewership records and ignited national conversation. The WNBA desperately needs to learn from leagues like the NBA, which keep fans hooked year-round with trades, rumors, and non-stop storytelling. Instead, the WNBA offseason feels lifeless, its energy evaporated by mismanagement and a lack of strategy. The golf tournament itself will likely be fun. Caitlin solid at golf, and the team dynamic could make for great moments. But the fact that people might not even tune in is a real problem. The Fever and the WNBA had something rare: momentum, mainstream attention, and millions of new eyes. But by failing to nurture it, they've allowed the buzz to fade. Now, Caitlin Clark and her caddies, Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull, find themselves in an off-season that feels more like an afterthought than a continuation of a cultural moment. A year ago, this would have been everywhere. Today, it's barely news. And that's the clearest sign yet that the WNBA's biggest challenge isn't talent or popularity. It's sustaining interest when the cameras stop rolling. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Logo 7 for more amazing videos.